and welcome to another episode of The Spice. Basically, we bring you a rundown of interesting stories that happened during the week. I am Moyolania. To my right is
Adegbonago.
And my left,
Owen Blessing.
Okay, so we'll start off with the presidential debates, which was to happen with candidates from APC, PDP, APC being President Muhammadu Buhari, Atiku Abubakar, Fela Durotoye, Kingsley Moghalu, and Obi Ezekwesili. And as it so happened, Atiku went there, but decided that because Buhari wasn't going to be around, he wasn't going to participate in the debate. So we ended up having Moghalu, Fela Durotoye, and Ezekwesili. Adap, what's your take?
Well, I feel like at least Atiku has a reason for not attending the debate. I'm not saying it's justified. I see the pride and the ego that is playing there. After all, he showed up, and he noticed that Buhari was not present, of which, if you should really point out why, I don't think Buhari can speak fluently without Osibanjo beside him. So I would understand why he would boycott the debate, I would understand what's his name, Atiku's pride and ego, as
it's
to
not
what
really
am I
pride
doing there.
though. I won't say that. It's the guy traveled. It was coming from a trip, so probably was tired and he couldn't just say anything about it.
He did go for the debate. He noticed that Buhari was not around and he turned back. So this is not like he was tired or anything. He showed up.
Why did you even turn up? Why did he even come at? I
commend his coming, to be honest.
I actually think that ordinarily Atiku feels the whole debate is about he and Buhari, and so because Buhari is not there, then he is not there. Which I actually feel, I get his point of view, yes, but at the same time, you cannot say because one person is not participating. I mean, he could have just made one statement that would have convinced Nigerians, and then we now say, oh, okay, yes, but because I feel like it's also a slap on Obi, Fela, and Moghalu, because now he feels like, oh, these ones they're not up to my standard, or they're not up to my level as regards.
He said he was busy. According to what he said he was busy. That he had other things to attend to. But
the debate they have been planning this debate for a long time. I'm definitely sure he cancelled everything on his calendar for that debate. It was just because Buhari was not there that he decided.
Yes, because he showed up. Yes, so he had other things to do, but he showed up. What I would have felt is that, even if Atiku felt that, okay, yeah, the debate is actually just between me and Buhari. I don't know who these other little kids are who just decided to take up, the challenge. I felt that he should have taken advantage of the fact that Buhari was not there, and at least use it to your advantage.
Yeah,
I was really, really disappointed when I watched it, because after what happened with the Lagos presidential debate, Badamosi taking over the show and leading everything, I was even thinking that it's going to be the same thing as the presidential debate. But to my own greatest surprise, it was
I wasn't even comparing the presidential debate to the governorship debate. I was comparing it to the vice presidential debate.
At the end of the day, now everything is even watered down now, because Obi has backed out. Fela and Showore are saying they are looking into coalition and all that.
Speaking of Showore, I hear he was invited for the debate, but he also didn't show up.
See the problem we have with Nigerians.
And he wants to lead.
And we have not even gotten anywhere yet, and these people are already showing their true colors.
And speaking of the coalition that they're all forming, I mean, why didn't they do that since?
The thing, I remember I went for a program like that where Moghalu was present, Fabero Byron, Victor Hyde. These are presidential candidates from different parties, and I think I remember asking Moghalu if at any point in time he would come together with all these young vibrant presidential aspirants that would they come together at some point to form just one, to bring up one candidate and all, and then from the way he was sounding then, it wasn't really open to, I mean, everybody believes they're going to win the election, but I don't know. Good luck to them anyway. But I feel like it's too late
to form a coalition now.
Like seriously.
Well, at least we understand obvious because reason for pulling out of the presidential elections. You know, she announced yesterday that she was pulling out of the elections.
Wow.
Because her party is really giving her a tough time now.
You know,
but INEC has already told her that she can't back out. That if she's even backing out, that she has to give a 41 days notice to the party that she's leaving or she's backing out. But you can't just wake up within 26 or 23 days and you say you want to back out.
Of course, I believe she has every good reason. Yes, she has every good reason to back out. I feel
she doesn't have a good reason.
She does. She stood for integrity. You know, her party knew this was going to happen from the looks of things. So they didn't even let her body get cold and they announced that they were backing Buhari. You know, and it also means they had been planning this all along. Hey, just be the poster, you know, child for the party. When the time comes, we do all. And she was not all for that. She's not here for, you know, a non-disruptive election. She's here for. She has proven that she's here for integrity, and her party gave proof that they are not here for a free and fair election.
I get your point, really, but she has a reason why she wants to leave. But how about the people, Nigerians? What can they? So this morning I was coming to work, and in that 6 o'clock early in the morning news, people were just shouting. They were just saying, they were complaining that who sent her? Like, who sent her before?
I would
why would she want to? Why did she even?
I would say these are ignorant
challenge.
People, by the way.
I feel that the coalition should have happened a long time ago.
We should have avoided all this now.
Yes, that's
the thing. If they had formed that coalition, at least the three of them are united by a common goal. They want to see a better, you know, rule. They want to disperse this APC, PDP joint kidney that is going on. They want a better. Yes, so. And I feel like instead of being greedy to each run a race, they should have come together and say, let's do this. The three of us form our own party, be leaders in these parties, and instead of going to side with people who were not even on the same, you know, agenda with them. They had their own agenda running, and you had your own running. How did you think it was going to play out tomorrow? Oh, so what? You just win up.
Let's step back to Atiku for a bit. Now, last week he was in the US. And you know, after 13 years, and then surprisingly days later we hear that he actually entered the US as Saraki's aide. And then later we now got to hear from a US journalist who said Atiku paid about $540,000 to actually enter the US. Like I was at that point I didn't even know what to say, because now it's really funny, because what did he pay the money for? Like just to enter, or where did he even get this money? I mean, if we actually convert this thing to naira, it's crazy. Then is Atiku actually that desperate to? Was he really that desperate to enter the US that he had to enter as Saraki's aide? Like,
while reading a book, we have to read the front page. We shouldn't just read the front page and just allow it just be like that. We should also go back, read the back, and know what the book was all about, or what the author was thinking before writing the book. So, do you even think, let's look at the other side. Probably this journalist was paid for it. He was bribed to say something against Atiku.
I don't know. I want to disagree, because I don't think he stands anything. I mean, what does he want to gain by being? These are white people we are dealing with. I'm not saying they don't have their own level of corruption and all that, but come on. I don't think he's going to. Besides, I'm not sure they want to meddle into Nigeria's politics.
By the way, if he was lying, let's even look at it from the picture you're painting. I would say Atiku never really came out to even deny that he spent $540,000 to enter the US, of which, as Maya asked, where will he get that kind of money? Yes, I would believe Atiku has that kind of money. Have you forgotten his 10-year challenge? He shouldn't do a 10-year challenge. You get so, but I would also say Atiku has every reason to even pretend like he's Saraki's aide just to get into US. Do you know why? Because he wants to prove a point to APC that, hey, no matter what you guys think, I can actually enter US and I can do anything to get in there. By the way, By the way, Atiku didn't even go in as a courtesy visit. He actually went for an event where he was speaking to some people, and he was out of the country and like without even breathing. So what if they actually just gave him a time frame? Hey, you must get in by this time, and you must be out by this time. So let's.
But I think there should also investigation really matter.
I beg, God wants to investigate this all the years. I beg it. I go to that Jerry. Let's quickly move into Obasanjo's letter. As in...
Oh, I mean, Obasanjo in his usual fashion, you know.
That letter was too long.
Oh well, actually, it's like I said, in his usual fashion.
You know, the thing about me and all this letter back and forth is just the fact that we really don't know who to believe. Fine, there are elements of truth and all that, but at the end of the day, all these politicians are friends. I feel that what they do is they just call each other together.
Hey, I'm going to do this time.
So just play along, go. And then before
you know, I hear this is not going to hurt so much, so I think I can use this to like counter.
Buhari responds and says this. And then Obasanjo goes, he's a sick person. He's sick.
No, you know what?
There was a day I was just scrolling through my phone, and then I saw one picture that somebody sent, and then he said, I think Osibanjo was talking to President Muhammadu Buhari. He was saying, now that Nigerians, the attention has already left, so I think you should, Davido's story, that time Davido's story was everywhere. They said now Nigerians' focus has left you, and now it's now, so I think they are just looking for attention.
Yeah. I think somebody actually said that too, that it's just attention. They should just
in his own time.
I mean,
what did he do for the country? He didn't
Obasanjo has.
I remember myself and Nada were talking, I think it was yesterday or the day before, where CBN warned that Nigeria was going back into debt. I mean, all this debt was what Obasanjo actually cleared in his tenure. Now Nigeria is going back into debt. Anyway, that's story for another day. But as far as I'm concerned, everybody should just do his work and because I mean they still had Council of State and Council of Elder Statesmen. They still had their meeting. What they were.
Yeah, and they all shook hands. They all
shook hands and so you know that we are the puppets.
I'm speaking for my people, my Nigerian people.
You know, funny enough, as we didn't even say what this letter is about, Obasanjo wrote a letter to Buhari, you know, in his usual form, like I was saying, an explosive letter to Buhari, you know, criticizing him of everything he's not doing and how Nigerians should see that this person is really not fit to be and then he also accused the INEC of colluding, you know, to present to rig the elections in support of Buhari, so much so that he said INEC said we are ready with everything including the results. So come on.
But speaking on the side note, I don't know if you remember a story that we did some days back where an INEC administrative officer was he convicted now?
Yes. Yeah. Alison Madueke
receiving a bribe from Alison Madueke just to manipulate the 2015 election. So I mean,
it's not unheard of that INEC staff will obviously want to, you know, take some incentive from a ruling party. So which is why everyone is preaching for, hey, is INEC credible? Is INEC going to conduct a free and fair election?
If they can rig, if they could rig Osun State election.
You know, because the Osun State election,
whole Nigeria election, that presidential election down to all the gubernatorial elections.
And this is something. Well, we would.
Is it not in Nigeria?
The funny thing is that this is the same thing
corruption and bribery
Obasanjo mentioned in his letter. The incident with the Osun election, it was glaring. Come on, we know that. Come on, nobody wanted APC at this point. Osun State didn't want APC in the ruling party anymore. This is what the people want. What is democracy about at the end of the day? I mean, now we say we don't want APC. Why do we have APC still? And then you're forcing APC down their throats. So this is why we believe that INEC would still be bought in this election, because come on, look, another thing Obasanjo criticized in the letter, look at what Osibanjo is doing on the streets of Nigeria, you know, the trader money. I mean, good initiative, great, but he was right to criticize why is it happening at this point? Why are you rushing, you know, the process? If you say it's been like a government project, why is it being done towards the election time, and why does it seem like you are doling out money? But even though, yes, they later responded, to the letter, debunking the whole criticism.
It's just for the paparazzi.
Well, I think let's leave all these people to their fate.
I just believe Obasanjo had a point criticizing.
Yeah, of course. The truth is everybody criticizes, but the truth is, what do we do after the criticism? Nigerians just sleep.
But like we say, at the end of the day, it's just a phone call saying, "Hey, Baba, I want to just be smart today." So you know.
All right. right, let's move on to the Oscars.
Yeah.
I'm particularly happy that
Yes, Moya is happy.
Star is Born actually got the well deserved, because I mean I watched Bohemian Rhapsody and I watched The Star is Born, and I mean 33 minutes into Bohemian Rhapsody, I'm like, what is this?
Oh please, I feel
Just
Bohemian
the name is
Rhapsody. No,
Just the name is
Bohemian
boring.
Rhapsody is for people who know.
Know what?
If you don't
Ada,
know,
what
you
are you
don't
saying?
know.
So you know.
Yes, I know.
I
If
know
you
that
know,
you
you
know
know.
that you don't know.
It's those boring movies.
I know,
I
you
know that you know that you
don't
don't
know, because
You watch
the truth is that
boring movies.
Bohemian Rhapsody is about legacy. Have you watched it at all?
I have
Dear
watched
lady?
it.
Because if you have, you will notice that it is about legacy. A Star is Born, yes, great movie, but it was a story about somebody who is rising.
It's also a
Bohemian
legacy.
Rhapsody is about a legacy. Most of the songs we sing today, hey, come on, we
I
will
think
rock you.
now that I
Come
know this,
on.
I don't know.
You know, so and the story it told in the world that we are
About
in
AIDS.
today, not just AIDS, about bisexuality, about now is rampant. LGBT is everywhere. You guys are not understanding Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's why
it happened in an era. It happened in an era where it was not recognized. So it was a huge deal. Forget that you're watching it now as
Okay,
today's
so are you
baby.
telling me that let me move to
I feel like A Star is Born is a typical story.
No, Golden Globe recognizing Bohemian Rhapsody now is like them actually paying homage, so to say, to
The truth is that every award
Frederick.
every
What's that
award
his name?
has a Freddie Mercury.
Freddie.
Every award has something that their unique aspect that they look into. The Oscars, they go into nitty-gritty, sound engineering, all that. I mean, Golden Globes will give you what they believe. Like, this is their own criteria. This is what they believe.
I don't believe
works.
it
It is,
how
let me
you watch
tell you.
movie that you would give a word or kudos.
I know if it's like that, then
For me,
so
if
many
it's-
Nigerian
if
movies
it's-
will be collecting
no,
Golden
no.
Globes according to you.
I don't
No,
do
no, I don't even want
Nigerian movies,
Nigerian-
please.
I'm sorry.
I do supernatural movies.
Oshe.
Please, please, Ada, don't insult. No, Ada, I'll break this cup.
Supernatural
Ada, you
movies.
don't have to insult me
Speaking
that
of the
way.
Oscars,
Black
yeah.
Panther
Yes, Black Panther is the first superhero movie.
to be nominated.
That's the
Now-
kind of movie I watch.
Oh,
That movie
please.
that when you are sleeping,
For-
and
I mean,
then
I
you
love
go Nigeria.
Now, I love Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I hate Wakanda, all this shit people say. But come on, I'm just saying, why doesn't anyone see the subtle racist tone in this
We
thing?
don't want
Like,
to,
come
we
on,
are not racist. We choose
Black
to see the
Panther
black
is the
side.
first superhero movie to be nominated for the Oscars, and they are all black.
Oh,
I mean, so why is that black people
we are
cry
proud.
out?
We are
They
proud.
cry out when things
They are
are going
white people.
great.
They are white
Then when
people.
things are
Now
not.
that is fair.
when-
That's why she's
There are
jealous.
white people in the movie.
How many? Just one person.
I don't know how many.
Only one white person.
Anyway, so speaking of
And
the
I want to even
Oscars,
kill
yeah,
yourself.
for Best Actor, we have Christian Bale for Vice, Bradley Cooper for A Star is Born, William Dafoe for At Eternity's Gate, Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody,
I'm just
and
like-
Viggo Mortensen for Green Book.
No,
Bradley Cooper for the win.
Oh,
Next,
please.
Best Actress.
No, but I believe this competition might still be between Bradley Cooper, Rami Malek, and what's in Christian Bale for Vice.
For Vice,
Actually,
sure.
I believe. But if you guys watch Green Book, I think it stands a huge chance of winning.
Yalitza Aparicio for Roma, Glenn Close for The Wife, Olivia Colman for The Favorite. Funny enough how The Favorite just want to steal the shine of all these other movies.
The favorite and romance.
I mean, if you have seen The Favorite, it stands a very huge chance because you know why? Again, it speaks
But
the
Melissa
language of today.
Melissa
You know, the Me Too
McCartney,
movement and
how
all
can I
that.
ever forgive you? I just like Melissa McCartney as an actress.
But I don't think she's going to stand a chance. Let's just move on.
Anyways, let's move on to our last story. Chris Brown. Chris Breezy. Oh, nappy boy.
So Chris Brown was
accused
of rape.
Baba royalty.
and he denied the allegations. I mean, come on.
But
Because even the lady's story said was not even concrete.
no, you
Her
see,
story was
for
not.
me,
was out
it's not
of
even
it.
about the story. For me,
They are in a house,
I feel
a living room where there were 20 people, and in that 20 people, like 5 people took you out of that room. The story doesn't even make sense. Even everything she was saying, to me, I feel it was all slander.
I don't even. The thing is, I feel bad for Chris Brown's reputation because I mean, after the whole Rihanna saga and then Karuche, he has tried to play down. He's tried to be out of limelight, and then you know, the birth of his daughter and everything, he has actually been, the responsible side of him has actually shown more. So I mean, coming out to hear about this rape thing, I'm like, oh
no. I mean, yeah, I would say fine. Coming out of the extreme saga he's been in, you would think, yes, now that he has made up his mind to lead a better life,
Yeah.
a lot of people, there will be temptations around him, or should be trials and tribulations, you know, because then this is not the first incident that's happening after, you know, his recent, he was accused of pointing a gun at a lady, which was then, you know, reported to say that she was just trying to get, you know, attention. But you know, that actually for me pointed out that, okay, no matter what's going to happen, there's going to be a threat on Chris Brown's career. You know, even if he's not the one causing it, somebody will implant it, and then this happens where somebody comes out to say, hey, Chris Brown raped me. And now this didn't happen in America, this happened in France. You know, because now America you can get away, or you know, can say, oh, this somebody's just trying to get fame, but this is in France where what is the person
can want to get fame anyway.
So
I just feel they are just trying to, just like what you said, they are just trying to play a punky, one thing there in his career. So as it was, fine, the guy has had so many bad repetition at bad stories or bad things at time past, but the guy has repented.
How do you know he has repented? At least somebody is giving blessing information about Chris Brown.
That guy has been checking me for long, but I just don't want to say it because Adam might snatch him.
I don't need to snatch
right
it.
at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's okay to close the show because I don't know.
Somebody's jealous, so
you know, but I believe his counter suing, because she sued him, and then he's counter suing for defamation. So I guess I mean, would you do that if you were not sure that you didn't rape somebody?
There's one thing to the story quickly.
The
drug part.
notes.
And then, you know, Chris Brown's lawyer came out to say that the drugs that were, I think it was cocaine now, that the cocaine that was found in the hotel
doesn't
was not
belong
from
to Chris Brown.
That, however, Chris Brown has a note from his doctor that allows him to
take drugs. So I'm just like,
okay.
I mean, medical marijuana we understand, but what exactly are you taking? Do you need a medical report for cocaine? What does it cure? I really need to know. You know, I really need to know what it cures. Oh wow.
All right, at this point, we are wrapping up on today's episode of The Spice. Thank you very much for joining us. Join me and Adar and Blessing again next time on another episode of The Spice. Bye-bye.